Okay, let's see if we can take off in this fine morning at Sydney Airport. Just set up my default view a bit better. I want to zoom out and pull my seat back a bit. That looks pretty fine. Just check. Scroll. Yep. Looks pretty good. Nice. Okay. I'll turn that overhead light off. There it is. Tap that parking brake. Switch a couple of times. Now it's off. No, it's not. Now it is. Now I'll just tweak the rudder settings a bit. It's probably still a bit too sensitive. But here it goes pulling left a lot. And I've got full right rudder. Let's slowly increase the thrust. Must be a lot of wind. And this is super wobbly. Super duper wobbly. Off the ground anyway. Wow. Gear up. Hopefully. Didn't feel tactile reaction. There it is. Gear up. Okay, let's get the trim up a bit. No, I'm heading northeast at the moment. Right. Mike India Golf 1. We might as well whip past the Harbour Bridge. Why not? Looks gorgeous. Wow. Let's get a full screen view of that. It's amazing. Heading west. As the sun comes up from the east, of course. Let's do a whiz past the Harbour Bridge. Gee, the city looks great this time of morning. I'm kind of speechless. And I've got the flaps down. Just put them up. Okay, it changes the trim a bit. Trimming back now. Or up, rather. Okay, gorgeous. Wow. Looks really good. Let's go straight out the heads. Sydney heads. Cockpit, need to tap the speedo. It hasn't kicked in yet. That's alright. In fact, none of these instruments have kicked in. I'll have to reboot them. I'll just let you enjoy the view while I do that. There's the sun coming up. Wow. Okay, my main instrument's inoperable at the moment, so I'll just have to wing it. Radio's working. The parking brake worked. Lights worked. I'm just not picking up the data for the radio. Sorry, the transponder, the comms, or the main instruments. But let's not worry about that. I'll just let you admire the view for a moment as we leave Sydney behind. In fact, it turns out I shouldn't feel too bad because the real altitude's only just started working. And the ADI is working. Airspeed's working, it says 200 knots. So it must be a few glitches in the data stream. It's okay. We can probably just do this by eye. So there's Sydney Airport, heading south over Kurnell Refinery, just down here to our right. So I can get a better view of it. There we go. And Botany Bay coming up beyond it. Next stop will be Wollongong. Very nice. Coming into a bit of cloud. And behind the scenes here, I am rebooting half my instrument panel. It's Murphy's Law. This never happens. This software sim dashboard has been very reliable. But like I said, Murphy's Law, whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and at the worst possible moment. See, the aircraft's nice and stable. I mean, it was damn hard to get off the ground, but a little bit of turbulence there, which we'd expected about 1,000 feet. Clouds look amazing. I've got the real weather dialed in too, and it has been wet in Sydney in these early hours of the morning, even though I set the sim time to afternoon. Oh, sorry, I mean dawn. Actually, not far off the actual time it is here. And lo and behold, I've managed to reboot my main instrument array. Cool. It's a bit like a Chuck Yeager test pilot story from real life without any of the real danger, of course. Like this, we're flying in the cloud. Now, if you've got stereo sound, you'll hear the engine sound changing as I move my head left and right. That's very cool. And I'm at 3,500 feet, so we'll come down as we approach Wollongong and check out the shoreline. So let's head down a bit. Looks pretty awesome. That beautiful red sky. Let's look east again. And wow, look at the colours as the sun comes up onto the wing there. Gorgeous. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can safely do a roll. Yep. And descend. Nice. Nice rugged coastline down here. Look at the road going along the edge of the water there. Is it a road? No, it's a beach. Okay. But there are roads along the water here as we come up to Wollongong. We'll see some of them. You can just see that through the HUD now. Actually, I'll put my cockpit back on so I can point straight through the HUD. You can see the lights of Wollongong coming up. So all these instruments are working fine now. As you can see, the ADI responding as I roll. Altitude coming down, 1,700 feet. Yep, we bottom out the vertical speed, 225 knots. That's all working well. Now getting down to the south coast, and yeah, looks totally real, totally nice. Let's push it down just below 1,000 feet, maybe 500 feet. I'm sure we're waking everybody up. Anyway, they should get up. Okay, it's nice. I still can't try to reboot that panel. There it goes. And looks great. pretty low now, 200 feet. You can feel that, you can see the bumpiness. It should smooth out a little bit over the water, I'd imagine. Yeah, I was just watching Sobo's video yesterday about the modelling of the movement of the air. Very interesting. Very complex and interesting. Down 100 feet. And sure as hell is fun to fly around it. This trim's working pretty well now. I can just about get it to hold 100 feet, I think. Please skim past this. Is it a lighthouse here? I think it is. Yep, sure is. Nice. Yeah, we're sitting nicely on 100 feet now. Over the water. Very smooth. Could be Port Canberra actually still works. Possibly. Haven't been down here for many years. Not that that's an excuse. Okay. And yes, the cockpit has fully rebooted. Everything, I'm glad to say, is working. We've got the repeater of the radio frequencies up there. This is the main panel we need, of course, to fly. Now there's no GPS on these panels as yet, but I've got a pretty fair idea where we are, and there is a new, I think I downloaded this, the FR map. Yep, there we go, Windac. Used to go for holidays down there. Lake Illawarra, Shell Harbour. You can see here. Whoop. So when you use the mouse, it tends to, and that might have been what happened on takeoff. The mouse influencing the flight control somehow. Okay, Shell Harbour, this is excellent. And my friend Flying Singer recommended this little add-on, and it's a beauty. Well, that's right, we can teleport with it too, but let's not do that at the moment. Let's just try to zoom out. Lovely. And there's Canberra, just came onto the map. So if I can, yeah, it doesn't like the mouse movement. Well, let's put it in the middle, perhaps. See? Just keep that hand on the stick. I am right-handed. Zoom in a bit. Yeah, every time I grab it. Anyway, not to worry. So let's head about heading, oh, I don't know, 225. Should we follow the highway? Now let's go down a bit further and we'll head straight across west to, let's say, from Ulladulla to Canberra. Yep, let's do that. So let's get rid of this map. push up the herbs. Going 200 knots, 250. Let's do a bit of a low level run for about 5-10 minutes. Down to Ulladulla and head due west across the very interesting and rugged landscape on the New South Wales south coast. 300 feet. Now, as I put the power up, I need to add a bit more, quite a lot of forward trim. In fact, I'll come back to about 90%. So he wants to climb left to its own devices. So putting in a lot of forward trim. And where's my RPM? It's about 80. Let's push it up to 90. There we go. And get down to a low altitude. Yeah, the sun's really coming out now. It's starting to pick up the colours in this. So this is why New South Wales, this state is called New South Wales, because apparently it looks rather like South Wales in these lush coastal areas where a lot of dairy farming goes on. Okay, let's push it down a bit and lock the view. And yeah, you can see the increased speed now as we hit 400 knots actually. Wow. Now we're really moving. That's cool. .400 knots, about 300 feet. Heading a bit southwest to try to pick up the coast again. That is so typical Aussie bush. So nice. Let's go along the beach here. And you see the waves coming in. You get down to 100 feet. Try not to dip the wingtip in the water. And yeah, look at the surf. Wow. Oh, that is so impressive. Looks like it's generated in real time too, with the wind blowing across the water. Well, look at it. It's not pre-canned animations. Okay, now at Jervis Bay Naval Base is down here somewhere too. We'll visit that at some other time. Perhaps we'll check out the map, see how close we're getting to Ulladulla. Now, I'm sure there's a shortcut for that, but yeah, look, we're not too far. We've got so we've got this headland on the left we can see on the map. Let's go full screen. See the pink aeroplane, there's a headland over to our 11 o'clock. And then we'll follow the next one around and we might actually turn due west at Tomarong so we can go straight across and hit the that lake whose name I'll remember when I get there, which is northeast of Canberra, because it's pretty picturesque too. Okay, so go to the end of this bay and turn right. That's the plan. Wow. Oops. This is a bit extreme. Yeah, the light on those buildings, morning light, is just so realistic. It's not funny. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So we're going to say goodbye to the coast. One last look at the sun out there. What a gorgeous sunrise. And we're going to head due west. Absolutely stunning. Okay, let's do it. And we're heading due west. About 10 minutes at this speed and we'll be almost at Canberra. Goodbye sunrise. You have a quarry on the left there. Let's pull the MiG pit back up. And actually it's interesting that with this lighting arrangement, it's quite a lot harder for me to read those instruments. No doubt realistic than it is for me to read these instruments. Yeah. That's interesting. Now, the land does come up to a couple of thousand feet as we cross this terrain. It gets pretty rugged. You can see the mountains in the distance. And very dense bush land down there, which I think is pretty accurate. It certainly looks like a lot of the Aussie bushland that I've been in and around. So we're at about 1,000 feet. Sitting on 350 knots at the moment, 90%. Should have plenty of fuel because I did top it up before we started. Or did I? No, that might be on the previous flight. Anyway, we'll soon know. We may have only started 50%. We should be enough to do for this run. So here's what I mean by rugged. You start to see some deep valleys. Look down that shadow. Some deep valleys appearing as we cross these ridges. We'll climb over this ridge a bit. And another huge valley going north-south, south, north. Just trim down a fraction. No fuel gauge here. I'm sure there's one in there somewhere. But let's not worry about such trivialities. We're enjoying the view too much. Plenty to explore down here. Lots of great canyon runs to do in your aircraft. Let's do a bit of a climb. Just occurs to me that would be a good idea. Keep the same throttle setting. Just go up to about 10,000 feet. Passing through 4. Let's give you a big view. Wow, look at that. See what I mean by valleys? Just off the left wingtip, they go on forever. Let's look down south. Wow. We're still climbing? No. 7,000, 8,000. still heading west. It's kind of settling down now with this trim and power setting. So let's leave it there. Just have a look around. Pretty much 8,000 feet. Need some more back trim. Notice my speedo just recalibrated to up to 500 knots. That's funny. So yeah, it's very rugged. There's trees over there too. Some rivers down there we could follow. Follow on another occasion. I'll do that. Okay, now I reckon we'll see this big lake appearing soon. In fact, I'm going to have another look at the little street map. Yep, okay, we're halfway there. I'll just get my heading a little bit southwest, just let's say 10 degrees, and I'll just grab the top of that lake, follow it round and down to Canberra. There are some wind farms on the east side of it. It's a big lake. Because I've done a lot of F-16 filming about there in Repair 3D. That's going to be fun to see what it looks like in this. And we're in pretty good heading now. There are those two lakes I can see just left of the HUD. You can't see my hands, just left of the HUD. About there, two lakes just above my hand there, which tells us we're pretty much on course. And beyond that, I can just start to see the big lake whose name escapes me. You probably can't see it yet. So I reckon we'll get back down to low level. So let's do that. Let's lock it in. Full deflection. I think that roll rate's plenty fast enough. That's about a third of the deflection to get that, which is a more useful roll rate. Yeah, and sun's coming up. We're starting to see a bit more detail. Looking pretty sweet. Let's get right down into the dirt. Over 400 knots now in the dive. And need a bit more down trim. And you can just see those lakes on the left. Let's head left a bit. Colours are spot on. Little farmhouse down there. Hi. Another one there. Awesome. Here we go. Yeah, this time of the morning I just can't recall the name of this big lake we're going to fly around. It's not Lake Burley Griffin, that's the big lake in the middle of Canberra. Anyway. What can you do? Farmhouses, roads. Awesome. And a great sensation of speed, I've got to say as well. And we're at about, well, barometrically we're about 250 feet, but I reckon we're lower than that at this location. Okay, next big lake coming up soon. wonder if the wind farms will be there. Probably not, I guess, unless they're put there by hand. Nice rolling terrain. Little creek down there. I think we've headed too far southwest actually. In all my excitement, I'm going to go more west. Yeah, there we go. And the wind farms are there. Awesome. So we're at the northeast corner of the lake. That is awesome. They are there. So a good thing about this area is we won't have to worry about any bird strikes because all the birds are dead, killed by these monstrous things. Wow. And there's more. There's a whole bunch of them. Okay, let's skim around this lake, and then I know pretty much where we are. And we'll take a whiz around Canberra and land. That's so cool. It's hard to see the water at this time of day. They're pretty low. I don't want to get too much lower. I reckon by the time I can see it, it'll be too late. Must be a couple hundred feet. Yeah. 300, but that's barometric. That's it. And it should be. Okay, now this is one of the main roads from Sydney down to Canberra. Skirts the lake. Oh, we can see cars on it. Great, let's do highway patrol. Wow. Very cool. We'll follow this road all the way into Canberra. By far flying at its finest. I follow roads, and there's a bridge there too. So you got it. Of course, in Australia, we drive on the correct side of the road, which is the left. So you got your left lane heading our direction, and the right lane coming back the other way. Of course, but to them it's left as well. A bit of IFR. That's pretty much what it looks like. Yeah, we've still got it. And it opens up in a moment into a broad avenue that cuts straight down to Lake Burley Griffin Avenue, tree-lined road. And we're just about up to it now, I think. Momentarily. Any moment now. Okay. This is it. No, it's not. Still curving around. Yeah, I'm losing it. Nope, still on it. And I'm heading south again, so it's the right direction. There it is over to the left. Okay, Canberra coming up. Wonder if we'll see Telstra Tower, I think. Yes, it's right in the gun sight. Right there at the highest point in the area. It's the communications tower on a hill. Over at 9 o'clock, you can see some aircraft. That's where the airport is. So let's do a circuit of the lake. Maybe we'll go around twice in anti-clockwise direction. Look at that shadow on the left from the morning sunrise, and that's where the hill's shadow ends, and these people are in light and they're running around the track. Great. Okay. Telstra Tower at 12 o'clock. Here it is, just left of the gun sight. Now we're actually going to slow down here because we'll be around this whole area in seconds. Let's pull back to idle. There it is. It's pretty nice representation of it. Here we come on the west side of Lake Burley Griffin. Yep, driven around those roads any number of times and gotten lost any number of times. Let's head east and we'll get the Federal Parliament House, which the airspeed leads off pretty quick. Now if I stay about here, should be a highway below me somewhere, and Parliament House about 10 o'clock. Yep. Let's get the speed up a bit. There it is, this highway's, we can see the Aussie flag. Get close to it, there it is, coming under the canopy rail right now. And I'll do a hard left turn. How's this look? It's pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. Has to be some hand modelling there. Now let's head straight across the bridge to the Australian War Memorial. Not too fast. And is it there? Should be the end of this road. Yeah, it's a bit generic, doesn't matter. That's where it was. Okay, let's take one more pass over Telstra Tower, fly up the lake and try to land. And then it's time for ham and eggs, I think. I feel hungry now. Let's get closer to Telstra Tower this time. Strong light in the mirror, that's cool. So Telstra is Australia's probably biggest telecommunications company. Looks absolutely spot on down there. Right, now let's see if we can contact the airport. See if we can get this thing trimmed up. If we head this direction, we might be able to land straight into the north. Airport's about 9 o'clock. Tune Canberra approach. Actually, we want Canberra Airport, YSCB. Request full stop landing. Cool. Okay, 17. Okay, well that's cool. We'll get to fly up past the airport and do like half a circuit really. Yeah, it's just drop dead gorgeous. The sun's pretty high in the sky now. Well, higher than it was up to this point. Now let's spot this airport. I think it's about 10 o'clock. No, there it is. It's about 9 o'clock. Just where I'm pointing now. You can see the approach lights. Doesn't seem to be any other traffic around. Okay, what's our speed? Well, 200 knots, that's what I thought. Even though numbers have disappeared again from my local dials. Checked it in the virtual cockpit over there and it says 200. Now see, we're at 4,000 feet at barometric. I reckon we're 1,000 feet radar here, so it is about 3,000 feet. I got master caution lights now. Probably low fuel. So our timing's pretty good. There we go. 1.7, so well, this is rather 3.5 we're flying up. We've got to come back and land on a reciprocal heading. Okay. So we're going to go 11 miles north coming in the same runway. I guess we'll do some formatting another day. We'll just try to get it down for now. I guess he's landing behind me, but not that it was actually called. Okay, let's do gear down. Gears down, flaps down. Speed's coming down. When I get to this hill, I think I will turn. Yep, we don't want to turn any sooner. Oh, that's me. Yeah. Well, actually, they did tell me to follow the other chap. Okay. Well, let's pop the gear up. And we should see him coming in. Somewhere right in front of us any second now, I'd say. Watch our speed's getting awful low too. Put the flaps up. Okay. Now where is he? Is that him blinking up there at 10 o'clock, or is it a star? It's pretty high. I think that's him. And then he's high, but I'm low. Is that him? I'm going to land. Going to land, I think. Okay, gear down again. Okay, gear is up. It's got to be more patient. It is rotating down. Okay, flaps down. unlock this view. There's the runway. Let's trim her down a bit. Speeds 125. Still good. Keep the rudders working a bit. I'm going to be alright. I think I'll just fly it right down, flare at the last minute. Not having read the manual. We're getting the go around. Is that someone on the runway? No, it's not. We're good. We're good. Okay. We're going to be good. Oh, actually, there is a plane there, isn't there? Yeah, I didn't think so. Damn. Sorry. Very bad. Well, at least I didn't hit the other aircraft. Yeah, sorry about that, mate. Gave you a bit of a scare there. Sorry. Well, at least I got it down. Yeah, the radio was broken. I guess I'll get punished later, grounded or whatever. Oh. Is that car coming up to arrest me? I don't know. I think I'll go park on the left here. Oh, not hitting the other aircraft, of course. Having come this far. Mexican standoff here. I can't park in the shade. Go and have some breakfast. I reckon I'll park just in here. Seems as good a place as any. It's not too bad. Yeah. Okay. They can push me back a bit, but that's not too bad. Okay, parking brake on. Yep, that's on. Okay, let's open the canopy. Unlock it first. And up it goes. So cool. Oh, where's he going now? Don't hit me. Jesus Christ. Okay, that was a bit nasty. Alright, let's see if we can turn it off. Going back to my panel. Avionics off. Battery off. Alternator off. Electrics are out, and cut the fuel. Awesome. There we go. Yeah, that was fine. We made it. Once again, the Sims put the wrong aircraft in the logbook. Wasn't a Zlin Aviation Shock Ultra, but I guess there's some fix for that. Anyway, I'm going to go have my bacon and eggs. Talk to you later. Bye.